Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Swiss Weeks 2 of the all-bashing, no-slashing race between eatmysteel and Imasock. I'm Boof and Boom, and joining me in the booth is Shaddy as my commentating partner and Cami and Renokai doing double duties. How are you tonight, sir?
Good evening. Doing well. Looking forward to this. Be a good one. These guys seem to play in every single tournament somehow.
Oh,
So
this is the race of the ladies. Oh my gosh. We get the old woman versus Zelda. I love it. So where do you want to start?
I don't know. You're the Armos. Forest is usually pretty good.
Okay.
I feel like, check the Armos ASAP on these flags. As long as you don't start in the dead woods all the way to the left, you're okay.
But this would be fun to start and just do a quick screen scroll and just take a quick peek, see what's on the coast.
Yeah, I mean, really not a bad strat.
Alright, so how vicious do you want this seed to be tonight? I mean, we've got 6 as a small secret, so we're already off to a good start.
I feel like when you're watching them, you want them to be vicious. When you're playing them, you're just hoping Wand is sitting under the Armos.
Ganon forgets to put it in the level, you trip over it. Alright. 88 large secret. Okay-ish.
Yeah, not too bad. Money isn't too concerning usually in these. Usually depends on how much bombs cost.
For those of us who are unfamiliar with the flags, this is all boards, no swords. And we have a cheap candle, which eatmysteel is going to buy. Now, this would have been our wood sword, because the swords just decided not to show up to the party today. And the other thing is red candle is going to be forced to our old man, so we can have that marked off. And we are starting with 3 Triforces, and I don't know if anybody has paused yet to give us a look at the screen. I have no idea where the positions are. I keep saying I'm going to pull up the little thingy, and I never do.
They see right away, Steel's able to get the first bomb, finds level 5. Sock does not get the drop, so they'll have to come back. But yeah, I have a note right here to make sure I check the Triforces right at the start, because I can never remember either.
So 2, 3, and 8. To me, that's tricky, because that's, 2 smaller dungeons and your larger dungeon that if I was given a choice to dig, I would, because that's 2 basement items.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're probably going to see 2, 3, and 8 tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, I want at least one shenanigan. I always hope for at least 2 or 3, but there has to be one. And before we start seeing shapes, as with all my commentary partners, you get 1 cactus when we are naming the ink blot. Question chat, I don't know if we saw a bomb spot yet. I do believe that the bomb pack that eatmysteel got was off of a, a drop. Thank you very much. Oh, speaking of which, look at that nice, cheap price single digits for your bombs.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty much an automatic buy every time you see that shop.
Yep. And chat pointing out 73 for keys. Alright, so I always say, seed giveth, seed taketh. Where's the taketh? Recorder on coast, which is blocking 7, which is at vanilla 7, which is going to have our silver bow. Okay, so sock finding level 1. which is going to be a very nice early dig, depending on the enemy set. Geese aren't chunky, there we go. Pole's voice.
Yeah, Bunny's not great. The geese being dying to a candle is something I love to see when I'm playing.
Yes. But the gels have some chunk, as Sock will pick up that Triforce. I don't know if the blue candle is going to be able to carry him through this level.
Yeah, I can't imagine. He's going to poke around a little bit. You have to, right? Level 1.
Yeah, I do agree. The poking is necessary, as eatmysteel does find it as well. I don't see a big dig, because you're not going to make much progress with these enemy sets, unfortunately.
No, it looks like it's probably bomb blocked.
Well, eatmysteel does have bombs, so he could technically go back and forth. Maybe the Keese are the dominant enemy here.
Yeah, I don't think the Keese can ever be the dominant enemy, so unless he wants to start spending bombs in that room. I would say there's probably a good chance that room has the map. So it might be worth for him to see where the bomb hole is.
I agree, that's a very good point. Play and find the bomb hole in a Shapes dungeon, does get lucky, and happens upon a potential staircase room that is covered in Pole's voices.
Yeah, these bunnies are going to create a lot of issues, I feel like, tonight.
Alright, and Sock finding level 3, which technically does not need to be dug because we do have the Triforce out of there, but there's always that possibility that something you need could still be in here.
Still getting the bad news that not only are the Zols not going to die to the fire, but neither are the gels.
Oh, why would they? I mean, we need something to happen here.
So that was guaranteed to be the map. Anytime there's not an item in the princess's room, you know it's the map.
And layer 1, I say, is a deck chair.
I like it. Maybe a lawnmower?
Lawnmower is good too, I like that. And we do see our staircase room, so Steel just needs to get the swordless block clip. Very nice. Is not my favorite one to see, but I mean, I love the fact that he goes and picks it up. For swordless seeds, this is very nice.
Yeah, Steel's a big fan of blue boomerang, so he'd probably pick it up anyway.
Well, in all fairness, you see the technique that he's doing right now, grouping all of the enemies together, so that way you just need to put one bomb down. In those particular cases, bomb counts... Shaddy, tell us about bomb counts. Tell us about the 10 count and the resets to first enemy has the bomb.
Legend has it, if you can count to 10 and bomb the 10th enemy, it will drop a bomb. I've never seen such a thing in my life, but I've been told such things exist.
Well, that requires getting to 10 without taking a hit, something that I unfortunately cannot do.
An impossible task.
So Steel did have bombs, Sock did not, and he was able to find level 4 right next door to our level 1.
Yeah, I mean, just crazy, right? So they both got the candle on the same screen, both, candled the same enemy. Steel got the bomb drop, Sock didn't. All of a sudden, Steel knows where 4 and 5 are.
Unfortunately, taking a death to the Lionel set that's in here. So far hasn't seen Wizrobes. I know they're around here somewhere.
Yeah, Sock managed to find his way up to the bomb shop.
Now we do see cheap...
See if he goes back to any of these places.
Alright, so we're seeing cheap bait, and we're also, in my opinion, going to see some dancing, as players kind of play the should I, shouldn't I game.
Be interesting to see when or if Sock goes back to level 1. You know, he didn't get any items, but he did get the Triforce out of there, so all of a sudden it's a little bit, lower on the priority scale. Meanwhile, level 4 is sitting right next to it, one that he definitely does need.
Yep. Yeah, we're going good tonight. Is able to pick up a floor heart and get one step closer to the red candle pickup. As we know, the red candle and the magical sword, which has been replaced with a +2 bomb upgrade, are still going to fall under the plus or minus 2 heart container rule.
You've done a lot of races, Boof. Have you seen anyone pick up the Mag's bomb upgrade yet?
In this particular tournament, I've seen it. I don't think I can use 2 hands yet, but I definitely have to use 1.
I've watched a handful. I haven't seen anyone get it yet. Not even, most times, not even close.
I mean, these are really great runners, but sometimes, like the seed, like you're just tripping over them. And I don't know many runners that would pass up a free heart container. Alright, so enemy health, it looks like the red Lionels did roll down. They died to 3 candle hits. So technically Sock could make some progress here if he gets lucky with his enemy sets. Nice little candle boost. And Magic Boomerang doing some work for Steel. And he gets Y-Forced.
Yeah, not what he's looking for, getting Y-Forced into a Triforce he already has.
You get half a heart back. So, yay.
Oh, wow.
And Sock finding a very early wand in this level 8 and is now going to be able to stab, shoot everything except a Wizrobe. And let's see. Goma. And Spiky.
Surprised he jumped back in here, to be honest. He's already got the Triforce. He started with it. You have the wand. And there's only one other item in here. And 8 is usually really big.
Well, if I had to guess, I would say he's going to either dip just a tiny bit to see if he can find something, or he's saying, well, my opponent is going to get the wand in a non-required dungeon and then dip, and maybe the silvers are in here. Which I still can say, as we all know, I'm calling silvers pretty much anything that's still required by the runners. So if you hear me say silvers, it just means it's something they need. Fill in the blanks, people.
Yeah, I mean, really good dig by Sock.
Yes.
Steel is certainly working his way towards 8, or 8's location, to see what he decides to do.
Unfortunately out of bombs, because it looks like those Lamolas rolled down a little bit. Those red ones just went down to pretty much a candle hit. Alright, so Sock giving us a look at our any rows, and I give these a solid C+. It took him all over the map, coast to the letter spot to Vanilla 2. I don't remember where he was when he first stepped in, though.
I believe he was 1 north of Vanilla start.
Okay, that's not bad. Maybe C. We'll give it solid C. Maybe C+ is too good.
Yeah, at least 1 up to the mountain would have been nice.
Yes. But so far, we are getting a lot of level coverage. I think we found a little over half of what we need. Technically speaking, we haven't found level 2, but it could still be required by holding one of our items. Speaking of...
What were you saying, Boof?
Oh, don't listen to me. I'm a nut. Alright, so Steel just needs to do a nice little block clip, avoiding all of these pulse voices who love to be random. we find our Coast Heart. So Steel is now guaranteed the red sword item, which we know is our red candle whenever he decides to find the old man, if he finds the old man. As Imasock continues with overworld exploration, probably humming a good tune. I mean, less than 15 minutes in, you've already found your wand. I'd be humming at this point.
Oh, definitely. Anytime you can find wands super early, you are happy. It makes everything so much easier on these flags.
And there is our completely useless wood sword, blue candle, that we don't need because we had enough money to purchase it, as eatmysteel is going to find level 8. So now the question is, how much is he going to dig? He's got enough bombs to blast open any holes if he needs to. Because I do believe the wand, 2 or 3 rooms in? And he already had it?
And there we go. That's unfortunate for Steel.
Oh! Get back in there! Nope. There he goes.
Yeah, I mean, he had 6 bombs.
I know.
He knew it had the bomb down because he was on the top row. He pirouetted it.
Yep,
And this is the. He didn't dig a little.
Well, I mean, this is, you know, one of the largest dungeons. Yeah, 2 items, but I have the Triforce. I can find the recorder and just whistle my way back. I get it, but it's just, you know, we have, you know, the knowledge, so.
It certainly is a lot easier from up here. I mean, you can't blame him, right? I mean, he's got the Triforce already. It's usually the biggest level. Like, why would you even waste time? He just sunk a lot of time into 3.
Yeah.
You know, he ended up with a heart. So, you know, he wasn't too happy about that, I'm sure.
I know, but still. Okay, well, I mean, this is going to give him a little bop. Maybe it'll force him back over to level 8. I mean, he's got a couple bombs. He might do a safety save, go up and explore Death Mountain. Level 1's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, 17 minutes in, I don't think anyone has seen the Armos item yet, which is a little surprising on these flags. Makes more sense for Sock, right? Because he got the wand. So,
yeah.
You know. But for Steel, he's got to be freaking out that he hasn't seen the Armos yet, I would imagine.
Well, he's going somewhere. He's either going to take the Any Road up to, I think, the letter spot, maybe, because there's a couple open caves there. He might be on the hunt for the red candle. Still hasn't burned down all of Candle Row. Could work his way. He's got options for his routing. We just have to focus all our mind powers on him to tell him to get back into level 8. And those Lionels ripping Sock to pieces, unfortunately. So at this point, he needs a couple more hearts or a red ring. That would be nice. As long as it doesn't turn him brown, I'm happy. Oh! The Any key is our Armos item. Because eatmysteel stunned him and walked into it, and his little key count changed to an A. Fantastic.
Yeah, that is fantastic. I mean, it's something you really like to see. Helps limit the number of rooms you have to clear, which is wonderful.
Alright, so Sock knows where he needs to go in order to find his Triforce, wisely heading towards that direction. And it is ladder blocked. Well, I mean, the super room theory is always there, where some runners, you know, they advocate in heading towards the Triforce when you get the compass. Because it could be sitting in the same room as your staircase.
Absolutely, or on the way. unfortunately. Ladder blocked.
Yep.
Well, good for us, bad for them.
Well, that makes me really curious what's on the coast now. I want it to be the silvers.
The coast was recorder. I think
Oh, heck.
Sock had scrolled over like you had suggested at one point.
This is what happens when I don't pay attention. Anyway, as I was saying, that
very
recorder
quick
on the
look.
coast. So, eatmysteel finding the first of our take any's. And that... Alright, so that is... For some reason, I say Brontosaurus doing some sort of magazine pose.
Am I allowed 2 lawnmowers? Looks like a turtle pushing a lawnmower. I didn't say cactus, you know?
I know. I said, you people and your loopholes. Yes, I suppose we can do... I gotta get another look at it. I gotta see what kind of lawnmower this turtle's pushing. Alright, so we do find our white sword red candle over in the cave by the... I call this coast power bracelet our power bracelet 3 spot. In the Armos, so eatmysteel does now have repeatable offense. Unfortunately, not any of the pieces of the puzzle he really needs. It'll help, but we still don't have... Oh wait, we do have our one required item. We have our wand already. Heck. Bow and silvers. And magical sword, there it is. Sword west of the casino green tree. Yeah, all we have left to find are the chunky levels. Levels 6, 7, and 9. So I do want to see an overworld block. In fact, I quite demand it. I will be very upset if I don't get one.
Good patience there by Sock, waiting for an opening.
Well, I was on half a heart, and that would be very upsetting to take a bop on the way to the item.
Really get a good sense of how much difference the wand makes. Steel was in there for quite a bit. Sock was in there for about 2 seconds.
Well, Steel is going back to our level 1, level 4 spot, which we did not see the item out of 4 from Sock. After he saw the ladder block, he kind of gave up. Level 1 still has at least one more item outstanding, and unfortunately that's going to be on the floor, so the Pole's voices in here are going to give eatmysteel a little bit of trouble. Maybe he can... I don't even know the word for it. Fix them away. When did Sock find 7?
About 1 minute ago. It was southeast of Vanilla 4, the start of Candle Row.
Dang it. That's alright, I've got 2 levels now. 2 levels still alive for some sort of overworld block. Yeah, with any luck, the item drop is not here. Steel just has to be very, very careful. Sneak past the bunnies. And Vire's all having a party on the other side of the water.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised, because Sock was in 4, right?
Yes.
Surprised he didn't dive into 1 at all. He hasn't seen anything out of there.
That's true. That's a very good point. I mean, he has already got the Triforce out of it. I mean, Ladder could be in 1. Ladder could be something... No, that's a dragon with a chunky tail.
Oh, I like the dragon. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I try to define strategies of, what the runners are going to do. I never guess correctly. I mean, sometimes they listen to me.
Oh, wow. So here we go.
On the floor, have we seen an arrow shop yet?
I don't think so. That's a pretty good find. Steel not grab the Triforce out of there? What is happening? What are these guys doing? This is so confusing.
I don't know. But I mean, he does have the any key now, so he can go take a look at some of these ladder blocks. And it looks like 4 just might be full of them today. Alright, so 7 was southeast of 4. Where was 2? That was southeast of something.
2 was over in the forest, at one of the burn spots, like the northwest of the coast.
Oh, okay. I know which one you're talking about then. Alright. I think West 100. Alright. So, we do have some yelling to do. We have to yell at eatmysteel to get their little behind back into 8 in order to pick up the wand. We have to yell at Sock to go get the Armos item and get his behind back in level 1 to pick up the bow. So we're just going to start yelling at everybody. See who listens.
I'm all in favor of that.
Yeah, I have to check when. All right, so what? Let me, while we have a brief second, let me see here. As Sock now, I think. So let me see where he just came out of. Oh, Northeast 1. Okay, so Sock has now found all of our take any's. That's very, very nice. And I mean, with bomb prices and max money, there's an arrow shop. Ops not to purchase. As I was saying, ops to purchase his.
Tricky, pretty good there.
Oh, that's what they do. They make me think they're doing one thing and then they go do another just for funsies. Alright, so, because I want to pull up that thingy so it's... What would you Google? Zelda, Triforce... spots. Z1R players are cats? I mean, yeah, we don't always understand their decisions. I don't know if the turtle's got the lawnmower. I would say weed whacker.
I can live with that.
Alright, so let's see. Z1, Triforce. I don't know. What do you Google?
What are you trying
To
to
look
find?
at the... I'm trying to find the picture of the Triforce when you hit the start screen that shows you the locations of the Triforces. What would I Google?
I'll help you out. Everyone that plays this has that hidden away somewhere.
Alright, so Sock is going to find their red candle. As eatmysteel is going to, unfortunately, use spend a bomb and find a useless room. Pinned in Discord, thank you. Zelda Triforce pieces levels. Alright, let's try that one. There we go, thank you. Alright, so thank you everybody for helping me now that the Google has shown me what we're doing here. So I'm looking for top left the next time eatmysteel decides to hit start to see if he did pull the Triforce out of level 1.
Yeah, maybe he grabbed it the first time in. Yeah, you and me are sleeping on the job again.
Listen, I'm old,
First
alright?
time.
I got excuses.
I might be older than you.
eatmysteel is going to find his level 7. I mean, at this point, it's what do you dig and what's your... I want to figure out the reasoning behind the digging. You know, what makes you dig, maybe it's just their strategy where they say, today I'm going to dig the higher number dungeons, just because. And Manhandla is not behaving, but thankfully he's not chunky.
Oh, man.
Shaddy's 57. Oh, goodness, how rude. Unless it's true. No, I am... Oh, crap, how old am I?
Lose track after a while.
38. There we go. Well, if I keep telling myself that I'm 35, maybe I'll just keep repeating 35.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Oh, that was worth it. That wasn't too far in. I'm surprised Sock didn't find that. That was a zig rather than a zag. Is eatmysteel now, granted, does not have the wand, but has very nice offense in his arsenal now. And, I mean, we just have to start vibing all of our powers. At this point, they're going to be looking for Silver Zelda and Silver Ganon in 9. Just in case anybody wants to give me any guff about silvers.
I don't think anyone wants to give you any guff ever.
Oh, please. You know how many times everybody, they suggest cactus? Even though it is clearly a block. They're like, oh, it's a cactus that fell. It's a cactus hiding in its pot. No.
So Steel is kind of made up a little bit now for, missing this wand altogether. All of a sudden, he's got plenty of money.
And look at this. We are now technically 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we are now technically within range of a magic sword bomb upgrade pickup. I don't know the math. I refuse to do the math. But I know Steel has a very good chance of being able to pick up the magic sword, which is...
way out of the way.
Yes. I wrote down where it was. Well, I wrote down where it was, and I can't read my own writing right now.
South of Road 3. South of the potion shop, or letter shop. Vanilla letter shop.
Oh, that's a G. Okay, thank you.
He might be thinking about it. You see people a lot of times take potion when they have this many hearts in the Take Any cave. Steel opted for the heart.
Oh, I mean, maybe he's thinking magic sword, because the nice thing that Fred did with this particular flag is that getting the magic sword upgrade now also refills all your bombs. eatmysteel only has 1.
Probably my favorite quote-unquote bug fix of the new update.
I'm still waiting for the day that you can pick up the letter and hit somebody with it. Like, if they ever do a poll, that's my most voted for new flag.
Yeah, prior to the update, the white sword and the magic sword gave you the 2-bomb upgrade, but it would not refill you. So it was a little frustrating. Fred listened to our cries and did us a solid. It made sense, right? Because you buy the bomb upgrade and you get refilled, but fortunately, the white sword and the magic sword did no such thing.
So all of our runners, well, all 2 of them, are sitting pretty on money right now. Some people are hoping for a blue ring purchase. I'm not necessarily against that.
Here goes Steel. Look at this guy. Straight to Mag's Cave. Unbelievable.
Oh, yes.
Sitting on 1 bomb, too. He's very happy if this picks up.
Well, he's at 11.
He walked right by.
And walks right
Oh,
okay.
Look at him.
All right, yep, the blue ring purchase. Okay, he's not brown. This is fine.
No, why are you buying bombs?
He doesn't. Oh, That's great. I didn't know that the shop makes you wait to remove all your money. He's going
He's just gonna walk right by it. But what is that? It just, you never know. So hard to understand.
Oh,
sometimes.
I love it. Well, no, I think this, no, South of Power Bracelet. So, yeah,
My
I
guess
think
is
he's.
he just said, I never get this, so he probably just X'd it off.
Oh my goodness. Well, Sock is going to be able to clear out this level 1 and pull both items out. We'll probably scoff at the boomerang at this point because he does have one, but we'll definitely be picking up that bow off the floor as Eat My Steel is headed over to give us a look at Vanilla 5, the Waterfall, and White Sword Caves. I mean, yes, the shopkeeper man does have a point. Violence is usually the answer in this game.
Can't wait to ask Steel if he knew where Mags was. I just can't, but I'm still thinking about that. He walked right by it. Twice, no less.
Well, I mean, maybe if he finds another heart container, he'll go back. I mean, we have the Any Road, which brings you to the Letter Cave, so maybe he just wants to be sure before he tries. I got nothing. I'm grasping at straws here.
Sock able to work his way up to the map room. Certainly speed him along here.
Alright. Does he go? Nope.
The boomerang is very interesting. So people, they tend to tell you, the pro boomerang people tell you that it's helpful for grabbing counts and stuff. And certainly last tournament in the spring, I feel like we saw more boomerang grabs than I'd ever seen in my entire life. But now we're in this, and no one seems to get it. So I don't know.
So weird, because this would be the place.
It's a mystery. Yeah, it's a complete mystery.
So when you're running, and I'm assuming this is just me making a prediction that your answer to this is going to be, what do I have when I see it? And that will determine whether or not I pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's the first item, I'm a strict no every run. Especially on swordless, it's tough because I mean, pretty much everyone's playing with select swap, and it's just another item, especially where you don't have a sword, so you
That's
have
very
to
fair.
try to keep the items down as much as possible.
I can understand that. So Sock now has fished out all of his items from level 1. Knows 4 is ladder blocked. Let's see where he goes next. I mean, the hilarity would be that the second item buried in 8 is the ladder, which I'm kind of hoping for.
That would be wonderful. That would actually be really good for Steel as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, we are still missing level 6 and level 9. We still have a lot of spots to check, so Overworld technically still isn't dead.
Boy,
right.
Look at you.
I am just... I gotta shut up.
If you could watch my races and tell me which levels I'm looking for, that would be great.
Alright, when's your next race, Chatty? I'll make sure I sign up. Yeah, but then what happens if you lose? Then you're gonna be like, damn it, she told me the wrong information.
Steel, it's 32 rupees. He's got 33. He's gonna see what else he can find, I think.
Yeah, because you have the silvers. There could be Pole's voices in here. You need something. Alright, so Sokka's in 5. I don't think we saw too much of this. I don't remember. Maybe Keys and Enemy Set chased them out the last time.
Yeah, so Steel is able to find this early. but he had basically nothing to his name.
All right. I mean, another thing that I've noticed about this particular seed so far is that, like, a lot of the good stuff has kind of been pretty free. Like, in these larger dungeons, you know, Silver's a couple rooms in, Wand was a couple rooms in at 8. Where's the shenanigans? I need shenanigans. This is too easy.
Too easy can be fun.
Magic staircase, perhaps? A good old magic staircase?
A ridiculous 6. How do you feel about a 6 that is just gigantic?
Well, it has a non-required bait block, so I already am against it. In terms of its shape, I am calling it a bazooka. Or a rocket launcher. It's got that thingy you put back on your shoulder. Maybe, are those the same thing? Anyway, back to Zelda. Sock finds the ladder in level 5. So that is going
Great
to
find for Sock.
That's going to net him the recorder off the coast. Unfortunately, will not help him in terms of exploration, in the sense that you can only whistle to dungeons that you have the Triforce for, and he's already found the dungeons that he does already have one for. 6 we know is up in Death Mountain, the passage between East and West. 9 is still outstanding, so I still have my hopes for, like, Power Bracelet maybe. That's buried deep in 8. Oof.
Oh, that's a tough room.
Then Steel seeing the writing on the wall and just upping. I agree. As Sock tries to take on these Wizrobes, has to be so careful. 1 bomb, 3 bombs, but only 1 heart. Because they will come in the doorway and they will mess you up quick.
It'll be interesting to see if 3 bombs is even enough here.
Yeah, he's got to get some grouping. Oh no.
Oh no.
It's not. I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think he hit both of them yet, so it's gonna. Okay, well then I have a question for you in your professional opinion. So in rooms like this, you know, at this point, it's kind of, you know, do I continue this and hope that I hit them? Like, how much time do you really wait in this doorway? You know, because just you're so committed, this is your last bomb you have.
Oh, well, I would have left like an hour ago.
That's it.
You know, I never would have ever found that Triforce in a million years, but that's why
oh my goodness.
These guys are playing tonight.
It just...
Sock just, I mean, he's killing the decisions tonight.
Yes. All the right plays. This is just... Well, he still needs to get that silver arrows out of 7. Doesn't have the Triforce yet, so that's a good point for Sock that he'll have to go back in anyway. I mean, it's not a dungeon you kind of dig, really. Especially since 9 could hold 2 potentially good items. Alright, gotta turn my volume up so I can hear what our recorder tune is going to be when Sock finally decides to blow the whistle. Ah, thank you very much for switching audio. Because I'm terrible at this game. I can never name the tune, unless it's like Jetsons,
Happy
Flintstones,
birthday or something.
Yep, Simpsons, or what is it, the space level from DuckTales. I like that one. Right, potential item room here for eatmysteel. Although technically, let's see, because we're kind of in go mode. We're not quite in go mode, at least in terms of knowledge. I'm still hoping that 9 is blocked by a power bracelet. Or the raft. Raft is one of my favorite spots to have blocked.
Yeah, Raft is infinitely more annoying than Power Bracelet.
Alright, so Steel does see the Triforce. Only has a couple more rooms to check, and this could be an item room. Just do not... Well, no, there's no shutter door. Don't pick that up. There we go. Alright, so Sokka's heading in the right direction to find his level 6, as eatmysteel, speaking of which, finds the raft in level 6.
Well, now we're definitely rooting for Power Bracelet swap.
Alright, so Triforce out of 6. Steel is all done with this bazooka.
Yeah, great job for him. Dig that out.
And you were going to say before I interrupted.
No, just that was pretty good by Steel to get all the way through there. He took that death in that ridiculous He did well to stick with it. Didn't look like there was any quick path down there, so Sock's gonna have to sink the time doing that as well.
I mean, I do have to say the blue ring is also doing work for eatmysteel because he is setting himself on fire quite a bit, and I can completely relate.
Yeah, I don't know if Steel saw level 2. Not sure if he kind of dug through that area.
Ah, heck.
9.
Alright, Raft is dead.
And the fact that Steel is still going up here
Yeah.
pretty much confirms that he did not see level 2.
Well,
it's only a few more checks. It's not a huge time sink.
so really, I mean, technically speaking, both of our runners are missing important pieces of the puzzle in my opinion, a bit of obscure spots. Because eatmysteel, we know, has to go back into level 8 for the wand. We don't need anything else really out of any of these levels. I see we've got a Star Trek discussion going on in chat.
It'll certainly be interesting because, I mean, it seems like Steel should be able to get all his Triforces, at least that we know of so far, without the wand. And there's a good chance Sock can probably get the Triforces without the silvers. So, will they manage to do that and then head to 9 without their item?
It would be interesting if both runners go to 9 missing different things. Steel with the wand out of 8 and Sock with the silvers out of 7. And then both of them just simultaneously go into 9, start digging, find the items, and then we can just almost feel them sweating.
Yeah, because I mean, boy, I can't really imagine a scenario where Steel is going to go into 8 if he can get all the Triforces. So, for his sake, he's rooting that Imasock finds the Triforce quickly in 7. Or takes a wrong turn. Whatever it takes.
Well, I'm curious to see now, because pretty much now, if you find the raft, you find the power bracelet, we know it's going to be a time sink to check those spots. Now that Steel found the raft, is he going to hope, this is my chance that, I found something that is required to get to the level 2? Because there's nothing.
Ridiculously quick work of that 6.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the only thing really that's going to be slowing Sock down is the Wizrobes. We haven't seen bomb upgrades yet, and that's kind of unfortunate because both of our runners, at least before the Oh, for goodness sakes, I know that tune. Don't tell me.
I couldn't if I wanted to.
No, it's No, it's from Zelda. Isn't it isn't it Zelda's theme or something like that?
Sure.
I think.
I think I might be worse at the flute songs than you are. That's
Possibly.
possible.
Alright, so we have a near high five going on as Eat My Steel does find his level 2, so now he has complete level knowledge. So this is going to be interesting depending on what we find in level 2. It's not going to be, if it's a power bracelet, it's only going to, I think that's the worst thing that Steel could find in here, because that is not going to, no wait, he's found all the levels, so power bracelet, Alright, so here's the, alright, my brain is going faster than my mouth, so here's my thought.
Deep breath, Boof. Get it out.
Okay, so if he finds the power bracelet, technically he has now full item knowledge, so that should push him towards a dungeon like 8, 5, because he knows he needs the ladder out of 4. We know he's not going to find it here.
Yes, but what does the level look like?
That is
Question mark?
No, it's a shrimp taking a poop.
Ah, there you go.
Question mark is good too. Question mark doing a funky chicken.
Did Sock
Seahorse.
see 9 or no? I don't think he worked his way over to West Mountain yet.
Honestly, not sure. I'm going to answer that with a solid maybe.
Same with Steel having Triforce 1.
We'll see it eventually. I mean, I'm curious to see, like, you know, Red Ring would be a very nice thing for both runners to find on the floor. Both runners have to be careful, though, because this is a Wizrobe dungeon. No bomb upgrades yet. Oof. Unfortunately, Steel taking a Wizrobe blast to the face and wasting a bomb.
Just when you think you know where that bomb's going.
That's a ladder block in 2.
Oh, this is good for Steel.
Well, I mean, it's got
out.
So, but can the item be in that tiny little segment?
I think depending on what kind of stair room it ends up being.
Okay. Because, I mean, I would try just to see if it drops on the floor, but I mean, Steel knows now that this is ladder blocked. So he knows it can't be in 4. We're in level 2 right now, for God's sakes. 2 can't be in 2, can't be in 4 because 4 is ladder blocked.
Sock with the bomb upgrade at the top of 2.
And oh, he didn't get much. No, he got 4, right? Because Sock hasn't gotten any upgrades yet, correct?
That is correct.
All right, and looks like the transport staircase did not give anything good for Eat My Steel as he has exited. So, all right,
and he definitely does not have.
one. Okay. Doesn't have out of 4 either. Oh, well, I mean, the start screen for them, thankfully, is very close. So maybe that's the rationale.
This might push him to 8, because he knows he needs ladder.
He's heading in the right direction.
Is right here. 5 is very far away.
Yep. All right, so we gotta. Dang it!
Or he'll just go to the roads.
Yep.
Oh, check mags.
Check mags. Yeah, easy, yes. Yeah!
This is even more ridiculous. Oh, I can't get it. I checked it the first time. He knew it. I have no words.
Alright, so 12 hearts unfortunately is not the answer for the magical sword upgrade, as yep, that is Zelda's theme. So Imasock finds the power bracelet in level 2, which could be good for Eat My Steel because that might push Sock into looking into useless power bracelet spots. Because Sock is still missing silvers. And it's going to be a question of basically who's going to make some correct decisions.
Steel opting to up A, go to 5. He'll be happy to find a ladder. He'll be unhappy because Wand is sitting in 8. Now there's really no chance he's probably going there.
Well, I mean, realistically speaking, though, no, because then he would technically get the Triforce out of 4. Yeah, technically speaking, there is nothing that's going to push him back to level 8 for items now once he finds the ladder in here.
I don't think so. So now it's just a question of, is Sock gonna find the Triforce in 7 without seeing the arrows? And then what's he do if he does? Does he leave? Or does he dip back in?
Yeah. Question in chat. Do you know if an item is going to be a floor or staircase item? So the floor drops are random. However, based on the dungeon level, we know how many basement items and how many floor items there's going to be. So for example, 1 always has a floor item and a basement item. 2 has a floor item. 3 through 7 has 1 basement item. And 8 has 2 basement items. 9 has 2 basement items too. So you can track to make sure that you're not going down staircases that you don't need to, or clearing rooms if you've already found the floor item. Alright, literacy in level 4.
Yeah, just to expand on that, that is a flag option.
Heart shuffle.
Yeah, so with this flag set, every dungeon also has a floor drop that is a heart. There's a flag that turns that off, so all the items are shuffled everywhere.
Alright, so Steel now has the ladder out of 5, is going to wrap over to get the recorder, which is going to make travel a lot easier, but still is not giving him any information in terms of item location.
Yeah, I mean, that book is... Yeah, that might be a sneaky good find for Sock here, going into 7. Now that he's got the map, he might find the arrow room a little bit easier.
Well, Sock has to find 7 first. No, Sock knows where 7 is. Sock just doesn't know where 9 is.
Correct.
So, we're hoping, so if your team eatmysteel, you're hoping that Sock is going to go on a bit of a wild goose chase, checking some power bracelet spots. If your team Imasock, you are hoping that eatmysteel goes in, grabs his Triforces, and heads to 9 without ever digging level 8 at all.
Steel is. I wonder if Steel saw this Triforce and then realized he never went back and got it. He
It's a possibility.
Yeah, he beelined right to it.
And if the Triforce is right here, this is going to make it interesting. Because that means Sock is not going to really have any reason to explore the rest of the 7. He's going to go straight to 9. Nope. So, I find it kind of inconceivable that Sock is going to miss the silvers here, as eatmysteel goes into level 4.
Might have been...
It was down in the south, so...
I was going to say one of those bomb spots, but it might be below him.
Yeah,
I think... He goes straight down. Right
I think this was the room. So, is going to be breathing a sigh of relief once he sees what's in here.
Yeah, and that really starts the clock on Steel, unfortunately.
Yep. But, I mean, we could still have a ridiculously buried Triforce. We know, unfortunately, there's no meat block to be had. But eatmysteel... I do agree with Barry of digging the item out. You still need silvers. You still need... No. You still need the silver wand. So you are going to continue with the rest of this. And Sock just needs now to find his Triforce.
Yep, Sock still needs to find level 9. There'll be some time loss in that.
Oh yeah, that thing. Kind of required, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he'll probably be checking bracelet spots, probably check the coast raft spot, anything to avoid having to go back up to Death Mountain.
I wonder if, like, what's the tracking system that these guys use? Do they track their level 9s?
Oh, I'm sure they do. Good news for Sock, level 6 is up on the mountain, so he could whistle up there. It's probably, I mean, Honestly, it's probably the best play. It's the most spots he's got left, but see what he does.
Yeah, that's to me it's like the cleanup, I think, is where my routing particularly suffers because I don't know what is going to be the best way to, like, if I want to check the power bracelet spots, all right, do I go for obscure first or do I go for the most density?
It's always the last place you check anyway, so I won't sweat it too much.
After you find it, what are you going to keep looking for? So
You have to
Imasock.
subconsciously think what you're going to do last, and then do that first somehow.
Oh, so Steel is going back into level 2 to dig out the item. Yeah, you can't blame him. Because it's...
No, it's certainly smaller than 8.
Yep, it's a tiny... Well, so do you think... So, writing off of that, just because 2 is so small, do you think Steel would just avoid 8 completely? Or do you think the nagging idea of that... I don't know, the math... Well, technically it would be 50-50. If Steel pulls the power bracelet out of here with complete item knowledge.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's
I
no
don't
way
math.
I would. Yeah, I mean, there's no way I'd ever go to 8. But we'll see what Steel does. We've tried to guess what these people are doing, so it hasn't worked too well for us.
No, screaming hasn't worked. Polite suggestions hasn't worked. I mean, we could try at gunpoint maybe one time, see if that helps. Alright, so Imasock is heading... Oh wait, that's right, Sock still hasn't found level 9 yet, so we're early, little early for Roaring Door. I mean, we could. So how about this? Once Sock finds level 9, Shaddy, what is he looking for?
He is going to be listening for Ganon and looking for the girl. The girl will be hidden behind a shutter door that does not open until you kill Ganon. But most importantly, he'll be going as quickly as possible to find Ganon wherever he is hiding. And we've seen some doozies, so...
Yep. He is heading in the right direction, so this is good. Opting not to check obscure power bracelet spots.
Yeah, I was saying, it seemed to be the smart play. Still got a bunch of checks up here. It's loaded with bombs. Now's the time to do it.
Yep.
As he runs away to go check the power bracelet spot.
Oh my god, I love it. We have not been right yet.
No, we'll keep guessing, but yeah, who knows sometimes.
I do like the potion purchase. I mean, you've got a lot of money. Really, at this point, there's nothing left to spend it on. So, technically speaking, I mean, if you're Sock, you want to find... If you're throwing yourself down staircases, potentially the Red Ring and White Sword Bomb upgrade would be very nice to find. As Eatmysteel finds the power bracelet, which... Let's see what direction it pushes him.
Shakes his head, I'm sure.
Yes. And level 9 is the cheat from Homestar Runner.
Go with, cactus! I haven't used cactus yet.
Okay. Chunky cactus. There you go, Shaddy. That is your one cactus for the night.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so Eatmysteel is going towards, let's see. Probably heading over to level 7. Just to pull the Triforce out, which I thought was a bit buried in this 7. Yes, because we had the light switch installed to turn the lights on and off. Not for light switch raves. Yeah. Eatmysteel has some work to do, so...
Yeah, it was kind of up above him there, over the missing block, unfortunately.
So far, lots of bombable walls. Really no magic staircases giving anybody problems. Our nice Patra. Hello. Could be the princess there, or I should say Link over there.
Oh, that door is sus. Nope, not her. Anytime you have those little one-off rooms,
You always have to
that's
look.
obviously where she is.
I think out of all the indignities that I've seen with princesses, my one is still the Dragon Warrior, where you get back in there and you pick that up right
How
now.
about that? Sock skipping every single staircase. The first one he decides to jump in as Red Ring.
Okay.
Everything coming up Sock tonight. He's gotta love. I mean, he's got to be so thrilled with that.
Yes. That is a very, very nice find.
The Ganon fight, actually, it's a little bit easier with Wand.
Yep, that crazy hitbox.
It's got a crazy hitbox, and the timing is kind of easier. And, it hits hard. It hits like a white sword, so... But, yeah, I mean, you don't ever turn down Red Ring.
I've seen at least one runner do it.
Yeah, well,
I know. Crazy good at Zelda.
No doubt. The rest of us are picking it up.
Absolutely. Alright, so she can't be in this offshoot, though, because it has to be a single shutter door room, with the exception of Gelda's room. Ganon's room. Still looking for Ganon around here. Alright, so it's interesting that Sock is employing the strategy of essentially go till you can't anymore and then start chucking yourself down staircases.
Yeah, not a bad strat when you don't need anything. I mean, the way 9s have kind of been reworked, usually run into a dead end sooner rather than later. But I mean, this 9 has been wide open, so he's got to be thrilled with that.
Yeah, so far, always an option, always a place to go. I'm almost a little miffed. This has been a very nice seed. It's okay, I'll do better next time.
I believe this is the Triforce room where Steel is. It's right around here, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it was up top. Or I am mistaken.
I don't think you're mistaken in the sense that it was up here, just not in that particular room. So far it seems like not chucking yourself down staircases was not the right way, as Sokka is still looking for Ganon and the Princess Link, as eatmysteel does get a compass and knows exactly where to go now.
The red ring, Sock just eating all those lines. Not even thinking about it.
Well, I mean, considering how many that he died to in the earlier parts of the dungeons before he got it, I'm sure he's just tickled. Oh. No princess there. As eatmysteel is going south. Oh. Is he going into level 8?
Oh, interesting.
Nope.
Nope.
Mocking us again.
Oh, I gotta go check mags again. Love it. I love it. Oh, the best.
Oh my gosh. Dang it!
Oh no.
As we get a roar on Imasock's side. Alright, so we know where Ganon is.
Yeah, we saw a few shutter doors on the path, but
Little bit of a tricky room to get to, but not too terrible, as Eat My Steel is going back into level 7. Okay, for bomb pack. I was gonna say, for what?
Yeah, interesting.
Alright, so Sock gets the stun lock, cycles through the items.
Yeah, great fight. It's probably the worst room in Randomizer for Ganon.
Eat My Steel is going to head straight into level 9. I mean, hopefully we'll dig out the items quickly. Because at this point I don't think it's going to give him the win, but in certain conditions you still want to try to finish at least within a half an hour of your opponent, just in the event of a tiebreaker. So I am crossing appendages that Eat My Steel finds his items very quickly to push him back into the direction of level 8.
Yeah, just a little unfortunate. You certainly can't fault him for not digging 8.
No, not at all. Especially when it's a choice between 2 items in 8 versus 2 items in 9. Could we have
a compass there?
Ooh, alright. So we know where the kidnapped is. So Sock just needs to find the path. I don't know if he already had a direct path or not. Oh, he already has an open path? Oh. Well then. Nice little block clip. Oh, the lag is killing me. Oh, okay. Little more time for Eat My Steel because apparently you have to zig and zag just a little bit more. There we go.
Yeah, great job. Really, really well played by Imasock tonight. Get your
Yes.
GGs in chat for Imasock.
Official race time GG finish of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 48 seconds. Yes, I really think what it came down to was that gamble for 8.
Oh, definitely. But, you know, he got the advantage and, you know, he played like he had it. He played great.
Yep. Alright, so Eat My Steel just needs to find some items, and hopefully we can have Sock come in and talk to us for a little bit, so we can yell at him. Wait, what are we yelling at Sock for?
Boy, I don't know. To go back to 4, I think? Or no, go back to 1.
Oh, yeah. Because I know Eat My Steel, we're going to yell about the bombs. We'll figure it out.
We can just start yelling at him.
Because we do it with love, so that's why it's okay. Ah yes, chat providing reasons. And we are joined by our winner, Imasock. GG's to you!
Thank you.
We only have a couple things to yell at you today for, so it's going to be just fine. But tell us, how do you feel about that seed?
It didn't go entirely the way that I had hoped in terms of routing. I was all over the place, but it was mostly because I was trying to find things that were useful, and I wasn't really finding them, and then I was changing my mind about what my best approach should be, and it was not great for that part of it.
I mean, technically that does answer one of our questions, because we were trying to figure out some of the routing decisions that you guys were making. It wasn't just you, don't worry, we're going to be yelling at Steel too.
Yeah.
And so it was just, you know, okay, where's he going? Why isn't he going back into 1? He's got the wand, which really was what changed the game completely for you, is that dip into 8.
Yeah, I was, you know, it's one of those things where I'm always like, weighing the pros and cons of making the dive into certain dungeons early, and I think I've gotten better about not wasting time. I check what I can, and I don't overexert. The only thing is there was those couple rooms of 8 keys that I think I spent a little too much time on. But yeah, when I found that, it was, I think, 11 minutes and 20 seconds or something like that, and I was like, all right, let's go. And I think that's partly what made me a little bit indecisive, because all of a sudden it's like, well, I can do everything. And so I was like, where do we start? And so
I have too much to do.
yeah, exactly. It's because, I mean, it was maybe, I don't know, maybe a dozen overworld checks that I had at that point, and I was just like, do I go back to 1? Do I go to 3? And I was getting a little frustrated because, there was dungeons with ladder blocks and dungeons with recorder blocks and dungeons where there was gomas, and it was just like, okay, or at least that was level 7. And so it was just kind of like, what do I do? And so I kept changing decisions as far as like, do I go here? Do I go there? And yeah, I felt like that part of it at least was just a mess.
So, eatmysteel did just find the second item, Red Ring, turning him a lovely shade of pink, and knows where he has to go for his item, which isn't going to be too bad. It was only, like 3 or 4 rooms into 8?
Yeah, it was right there.
Yeah, it was, let me see. I can pull it back up on my tracker. It was 2 rooms in 8. You just went south and then south again, right to the item room. But again, in 8, there was another room that had a dig dogger, and I was just like,
Crap,
so.
Please route him back in the other direction. All right. Please be a door to the right. Okay, there's a door to the right. I just gotta will him to go to the right. I've been trying all night, and apparently it only works when I say it out loud.
Sometimes that's how it works.
There we go. Well, no, because every time I'm like, oh, well, we haven't found, blah, blah, blah level. And then one of you, burns down a bush or knocks a bomb hole open, and there it is. There we go.
Steel is just going to be shaking his head. You gotta be kidding me. But, yeah, I mean, GG's, Imasock. I mean, you got the early advantage. I thought you played great. Steel's not too happy about the wand.
Been there, done that.
Yep. Who hasn't,
regards to your routing, you seemed a little slow to get to the Armos item. Was that by design, like you said? Once you got the wand, you felt maybe it wasn't as important to get there.
Yeah, and I want to say that it's one of those things where I sit before the race. I sit here and I'm like, okay, don't forget to check your Triforces in the beginning. Don't forget to just dumb little things like that. Where I'm like, because I know I've gone into a practice-y before, and it's been 30 minutes, and I'm like, what Triforces do I actually need? Like, I'm forgetting that I
have the same note. Yeah, I have the same note.
and so it's like, okay, don't forget to check the Triforces. Don't forget to check the coast. Don't forget to do this. Don't waste your time in dungeons. Find the hearts. Look for the red candle. Go for the just going through all these things. And Armos is in there somewhere. And so it's, then you get busy because you're like, oh my gosh, an 11-minute wand. Let's go. And then everything's out the window. And
yeah, no doubt.
And I think the last seed that I played had key under the Armos as well. So the fact that it's happened twice in a row should be telling me I need to check it ASAP, but I don't know.
No, this was...
the early wand, certainly. It's very excitable.
Yeah, and how soon it was in 8, I was like, this could be, a situation where we both had it very quickly, and I'm right on his tail, or he's right on my tail, or whatever. And it's with it being where it was, it's like you just can't waste time.
Okay, Ganon finally cooperating with eatmysteel as he does take down the pig, and is on his way because he does know where the princess is. No, wait, it's not it's the princess old man. I give up.
Yeah, and
We'll
it was
see.
real funny because when I found the red ring in 9, speaking of, finding the red ring for steel and stuff, it was one of those things where I walked in the stair and went, wait, no, I want that, as I was walking back out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Was that the
oh,
first
that's
stair
right.
you went in? I know you walked by like a bunch of them. It looked like it was the first one
Yes.
you went into.
And it was funny because I actually just wanted to get a stair to go somewhere. I wasn't looking for it because I was like, okay, I bombed some walls. This isn't working. Let me just take a stair. And then I'm like, that's not the stair. And then I went, well, okay, no, that is a good stair. I'll go back.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing we were going to yell at because I'm like, go back in there right now.
Yeah,
It's the second time I've had to yell at you.
Yeah, well, I was already holding up on the controller because I'm like, I don't need this. And then, yeah. I was
Looks like
expecting
the same
it to be
thing with the compass as well.
Well,
Just want to
Right.
interrupt real quick. Everybody get your GGs in chat as Eat My Steel has finished with an official race time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 8 seconds, and we are joined by Eat My Steel. GGs to you.
Howdy. GG to Sock.
yep, GG, Steel.
We have questions.
I'm sure.
Oh, so many questions.
Don't worry about it. I got interrogated too.
Well, yes, technically yelling at you. We're going to yell questions at you. But I think for me, the funniest part that you gave me this gem was the magic sword checks. Because every time we're like, he's going to go check it. Where's he going? Where's he going? He's going to go check it. It was great.
Yeah, I believe the first time you were up there, you walked right by the cave with 11 hearts to
Yep.
go buy your blue ring.
Yeah, I wasn't really even thinking about checking it at that point. When I had about a 50-50, then I was like, well, maybe it's worth it.
Yeah, so
That's
I mean,
okay.
just to fill you in, I mean, the story of this is Imasock found that wand about, I don't know, 10 minutes in.
Oh, obviously.
So,
So
I mean,
easy.
You did really well to,
Yeah.
kind of keep pace.
Yeah, that was... I think we mentioned it was like an 11-20 wand. And it's okay. I checked the magical sword at 9 hearts, so don't feel too bad.
Yeah, this is almost kind of the opposite of my last seat against King Doll. I found the wand with it like in a minute and a half, and he found it like 40 minutes. So kind of the same thing, only I'm on the flip side of it tonight. But yeah, as soon as I saw it, there was like, yeah, 4 rooms in. Of course it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't really a bad decision. It's just
Yeah.
it's the way these go sometimes.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that early 8, that was my plan too. I was like, well, I'm not coming back here unless I have to. And sure enough, had to.
And that was... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, considering that you finished within 9 minutes and did it pretty much wandless, I mean, that definitely speaks to your skill level.
Well, I usually would have dipped a couple rooms in there, and I tried to pirouette the first time I found it. And I didn't have any bombs then, so I couldn't bomb down. So I was just like, I'm not. It never got back to where I wanted to ever go back down there for any reason. I was thinking 2, and then after that it was just 9 or 8. So I went 9 wrong.
Yeah, I think what happened to me was I found that bomb shop just south of the Armos, the Blue Ring Armos in Vanilla, and I picked up 8 bombs, saved, and then meandered my way over there and found 8, and I had 8 bombs at the time. It was just like, all right, let's just give it a go. I knew I had the Triforce in there already because that was one of the ones we started with, but I was like, hey, you never know. There might be some, chance that you find one of the 2 items in a reasonable time frame. And sure enough, that I just got lucky.
Yeah, I mean, I went up through the grave and bought a candle and found all kinds of stuff and then worked my way back down there. Maybe I had 1 bomb when I was there, but I was like, well, I'm not spending it to bomb down an 8. Like, I'm saving that.
Yeah, especially when you could end up in a room with keys or more bombs with how 8 is. It's like, doesn't feel like a good choice to make for sure.
Yeah, it was interesting at the start because you both went up to the grave. You both bought the candle. Steel, you managed to get the bomb drop off the enemy. Sock didn't. And then all of a sudden, you had info on level 5 and level 4 that Sock didn't.
Yep.
So you were a little bit ahead to start. And, you're certainly a lot quicker to bow and silvers, which also helps speed you up.
Yeah, I was kind of smacking myself in the head too for not going back to 5 sooner than I did, because I was looking for ladder, and then finally went back there. Oh, yeah, it wasn't too hard to get the ladder out of 5, so that was my other big time sink. And the other dumb thing that I did was when we first checked the Triforce, I marked 1 instead of 2.
Oh no!
We talked about that quite a bit.
It didn't really cost me that much because 1 was right next to 4, and when I was going back to 4, I just picked up the Triforce out of 1, so I knew where it was. So it didn't really cost me too much. But when I went into 2, I was like, "Oh, I've got the Triforce here. Oh, I never had 1. I had 2. I had to go back to 1."
Yeah, at one point I picked up the Triforce in 1, and then I left because I don't remember what. Oh, I didn't have bombs because I hadn't even found 4 at that time, and then I was gonna whistle back to 1 because I did pick up the Triforce. It was easy, so that I could check 4, and I accidentally whistled to 2, and I was like, well, I haven't found the item here. It won't be that bad. Yeah, right. It was all the way at the end, and I'm like, this feels like the sunk cost fallacy here. I just keep going, hoping to find it, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah, and it was stupid power bracelet.
Right? Well, I hadn't found 9 yet, and so I was like, well, maybe that'll be good. Maybe that'll be, something useful, and no, that was not.
Yeah, I had the same thoughts with the raft, and nope.
Yeah, I checked one of the raft spots. And because I think, let me see, 6. Yeah, 6 actually wasn't all that bad. I only checked about 10 rooms at 6. Wait, 5's at 12. But yeah, it was another one of those instances where, you're hoping, well, maybe if I spent the time to get this, maybe it'll be useful.
I mean, in terms of combat, do you guys think that it was a pretty easy seed, or do you think it was difficult in combat?
I think combat was a breeze on this one. That was not the problem. Just finding the 1 for me was the biggest problem. Other than that,
Right.
Yeah, the combat wasn't too bad. There was that required room of 3 blue wizrobes that I missed a couple of my bombs and had 1 left, and I was like standing in the doorway for, I don't know, a minute.
Yep, we talked about that too.
Fantastic bomb.
I got super lucky in there too on my last bomb. I almost didn't hit it. And same thing. I was like, oh my god. Woo!
I was just like, well, I've spent like 2 minutes in this room, and I sincerely hope I don't mess this last one up. But overall, it wasn't too bad. I was glad that there weren't more wizrobe rooms, and seeing the dark nuts on the overworld, it was nice. But yeah, it wasn't awful. The Lionels rolled down, or the blue ones did, and I don't really think anything rolled up. The Pole's voice were only 4 hits with the wand. So overall, yeah, I agree with Steel that the seed itself was not super combat heavy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. We're going to start wrapping things up soon then. Let me just take a look at our matches for tomorrow. We have possibly Sigil 711 versus Sharky 2107 at 9 o'clock, and Saver versus Chess Jerk at 10. So those are going to be very exciting tomorrow. And eatmysteel and Imasock, are there any last words that you would like to say? Steel, we'll start with you.
No, thanks guys for doing all the restream and the comms and the tracking and stuff. GG Sock, you finally got me revenge on me in the tourney races here, so good job, man.
Yep, GG, thanks. It's always a good time. I know that we tend to go back and forth on a couple of these, and so it's nice to to play against some players that you got some history with. So it's always a good time. And thanks to you guys for commentary, and Camion for tracking, and SpeedGaming for restreams. It's always tournament season is my favorite season. So I always have a blast. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we joked a little bit before the match that somehow you guys always seem to find each other in these tourneys. So it was great to watch. I mean, GG's to both of you. Make sure you give these guys a follow. I mean, just really, really good at this game. And we saw it tonight. And thanks, Boof. It was a lot of fun, as always.
Oh my gosh, this was fantastic. You two gave us such a hilarious race to commentate. Not that you were technically doing anything ridiculously silly, but Shaddy, I had so much fun. And Cami and Renokai, as usual, thank you for keeping us on point. Well, I guess that will do it. Everybody have a good night, and we will see you all technically today, at least for us East Coasters. And make sure to give our runners Eat My Steel and Imasock a follow. And this is Boof and Boom saying good night.